Actor Jonathan Majors, a rising Hollywood star who has been set to play the leading role in an upcoming Marvel superhero film, was found guilty by a New York jury on Monday on charges he attacked his ex girlfriend in the back of a car.
According to ABC News, a Manhattan jury found Majors, 34, guilty of one misdemeanor assault charge and one harassment violation stemming from his March confrontation with then-girlfriend Grace Jabari. She said he attacked her in a car and left her in excruciating pain. His lawyer said Jabari was the aggressor. According to ABC News, he faces the possibility of up to a year in jail for the assault conviction, though probation or other non-jail sentences also are possible. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said in a statement that the trial illustrated a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse and escalating patterns of coercion. According to CBS News, prosecutors said Majors assaulted Jabari after she saw a romantic text from another woman on his phone and grabbed it. Jurors saw photos of what doctors confirmed were Jabari's broken finger and lacerated ear. Jabari said Majors inflicted those injuries on her in an effort to retrieve his phone. According to CBS News, the jury found there was enough evidence to convict Majors on 2 counts, reckless assault and harassment. The judge set Majors' sentencing for February 6th and issued a new order of protection, barring him from any contact with his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. He faces up to a year in prison.
Actress Megan Good is the current girlfriend of Jonathan Majors.
According to PBS, Majors arrived in the courtroom each morning carrying a gold leaf Bible, offering hugs to his family members and his current girlfriend, actress Megan Good, before taking his seat. Judge Gaffey renewed an order of protection that prevents Majors from any contact with Jabari. Majors faces up to a year in prison on the 2 misdemeanor counts of conviction. It is highly unlikely a first-time offender would actually be sentenced that severely on a split misdemeanor verdict. According to CNN, Majors' attorney reiterated his innocence during her closing argument, calling the accusations against him fake and alleging that Jabari was the aggressor in their argument. Majors did not testify during the trial, but he was present in the New York City courtroom for the duration of the proceedings. And Marvel Studios is dropping Jonathan Majors from future productions after he was found guilty of assaulting his then-girlfriend. A New York jury convicted the actor of misdemeanor assault and harassment, acquitting him of different assault and harassment charges. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky has the latest.
Jonathan Majors' ascent in Hollywood halted as he awaits sentencing. ABC News parent company Disney saying Marvel is no longer moving forward with Majors after a jury found him guilty of domestic violence.
Jonathan, how do you feel right now?
Majors convicted of 2 misdemeanors for recklessly assaulting his then-girlfriend Grace Jabari in March, fracturing her finger and leaving her ear bloody. He was acquitted of assaulting her intentionally.
What happened exactly? Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. She's unconscious.
Majors called 911 hours after the assault.
She's my ex-partner. Broke up.
Finding Jabari on a closet floor in their apartment, as seen in body camera footage from responding police officers. Hours earlier, Jabari testified she and Majors had been riding home in an SUV when he received a flirtatious text from another woman. Jabari said she snatched the phone, and Majors tried to pry it out of her fingers and twisted her arm before she felt a really hard blow across my head. Surveillance video showed Majors hopping out of the car, followed by Jabari. Majors then seen lifting her up and throwing her back inside before running off, Jabari chasing after him. Majors' team insisted Jabari attacked him, but said, "We are grateful the jury found Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her." Prosecutors said the assault was the culmination of a manipulative pattern of abuse. Jurors saw text messages that suggested Majors tried to dissuade Jabari from seeking treatment at a hospital for a head injury from a prior incident between them, and they heard a recording of Majors scolding Jabari.
How dare you come home trying to disturb the peace of our house?
And instructing her to behave like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King.
I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. The woman that supports me needs to be a great woman.
Jabari's attorney said in a statement justice was finally served.
And Marvel Studios is dropping Jonathan Majors from future productions after he was found guilty of assaulting his then-girlfriend. A New York jury convicted the actor of misdemeanor assault and harassment, acquitting him of different assault and harassment charges. According to Vulture, during her closing statement, prosecutor Kelly Galloway told jurors that this case boiled down to 4 words: control, domination, manipulation, and abuse. She said the trial is only about what happened that night in and outside the car. According to Deadline, on the defense side, Major's main lawyer, Priya Chaudhry, called Jabari a liar in her closing argument and said that authorities bought her white lies, her big lies, and all her pretty little lies.
Clearly, she had a broken finger and bruising to prove that she was assaulted. It wasn't lies.
According to Vox, after a 3-week trial and 2 days of jury deliberation, Jonathan Majors, the Emmy-nominated star of Lovecraft Country and Creed 3, has been found guilty on charges of misdemeanor assault and harassment.
So Disney and Marvel wasted no time in dropping Jonathan Majors.
According to VOA, Jonathan Majors was convicted Monday of assaulting his former girlfriend after a trial that he hoped would vindicate him and restore his status as an emerging Hollywood star. It did just the opposite. Marvel Studios and the Walt Disney Company dropped him hours after the verdict. According to Business Insider, a jury found Jonathan Majors guilty of 2 misdemeanor charges related to domestic abuse. The criminal conviction halted the Marvel star's career, which has been in free fall since abuse allegations against him first surfaced in March 2023. According to The Cut, as a result, prosecutors say she had a fractured finger, bruising about her body, a laceration behind her right ear, and a bump on her head. The filing also references a surveillance video, published by Insider, which captured Jabari on a sidewalk in the aftermath of the incident. According to Washington Post, later in the video footage, Jabari was seen at a bar, and Majors was seen riding an elevator in an apartment building and speaking with police. Another piece of evidence included a phone call Majors made to 911 dispatchers after their dispute, claiming that he feared Jabari had attempted suicide. According to Vox, Majors was arrested in New York in March 2023 over a reported domestic dispute with Grace Jabari, his girlfriend at the time. Majors fractured Jabari's finger during the incident. According to People, today, a jury determined that pattern of abuse and coercion culminated with Mr. Majors assaulting and harassing his girlfriend. We thank the jury for its service and the survivor for bravely telling her story despite having to relive her trauma on the stand, the statement added. According to CNBC, during the 2-week trial, Majors' ex-girlfriend Jabari took the stand for several days. Majors did not testify. Jabari testified that throughout their relationship she was scared of Majors and also feared he would hurt himself if she left him. According to VOA, Jonathan Majors was convicted Monday of assaulting his former girlfriend after a trial that he hoped would vindicate him and restore his status as an emerging Hollywood star. It did just the opposite. Marvel Studios and the Walt Disney Company dropped him hours after the verdict.
So here's also quick reporting from E.T. Majors is heard here scolding his girlfriend for going out.
Correct Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
I know, I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
Someone who compares himself to MLK and Barack Obama is not going to come across as very likable.
So E.T. reported that Jonathan, at the start of the courtroom hearing, he was very upbeat because it was the final day. He was about to find out if he was guilty or not. And as the questioning, the wrapping up started, he and Megan Good was seen crying, at least shedding a tear. I guess it was for sympathy of the jury, but they didn't buy it. He was found guilty on 2 charges.
During his attorney's closing argument, he wiped away a tear. Jonathan also confirmed he would not be testifying on his own behalf.
I'm surprised Majors didn't testify. It may have been a good legal move, but it's probably not a good PR move. People are going to want to know his side of the story.
The jury has a lot of evidence to consider: body cam footage and surveillance video of the actor seemingly pushing his ex back into their SUV, plus these police photos.
When you're looking at the evidence, the most damaging is the cut behind her ear.
The 34-year-old has pleaded not guilty to assault and harassment. If convicted, he faces up to a year in jail.
Oh, you want to know how I got locked up?
So how could all this impact his career?
This is why.
Jonathan's MCU villain is a major part of Loki on Disney+. He's also slated to do 2 more Marvel films, although neither have started shooting. He's also attached to star in a movie playing Dennis Rodman.
Jurors love celebrities, so Majors may still win this case, but this is about the court of public opinion. And the fact that there are these damaging videos that show at least some sort of violence, that may be too much for Majors to ever overcome here in Hollywood.
So there you have it, folks. Jonathan Majors was dropped. Disney dropped him. Marvel Studios dropped him. So his career is in free fall. Where it ends, nobody knows, because everyone is now waiting for the sentencing to come. Guys, drop your comments. This is so devastating for Jonathan Majors because he was a rising star. Over and out, don't forget to hit that like bell before leaving the page and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.